Welcome! Thanks for joining me for your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 16th of March for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. You can also click beneath this video on the link and subscribe to my monthly free astrology magazine, regular updates and or your free daily horoscope. This week begins in quite a momentous way with Mercury returning to the sign of Pisces. Now Mercury first moved into this area this year on the 3rd of February. Mercury's not at its best in Pisces. Pisces is instinctive, it's dreamy, it's watery, whereas Mercury favours facts and figures and clarity. So even though there is the return of Mercury to Pisces, we still have to make sure that we double down on the detail. So that's when communication is going to be important this week. But this can also be a week of power. Power can be used constructively, where we have a target, an objective, and we work towards it with passion, enthusiasm, determination, and willpower. And the combination between Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto can give us an enormous push to go towards the substantive things we want to achieve. But power can also be used negatively. So if someone tries to push you around, especially around your rights, or not respect your boundaries, then it is going to be important to stand your ground. Mars coming into a conjunction with Pluto, exactly as this week draws to a close, could see world events be a little bit more intense, and it could be around a nation state being a little bit too forceful. However, we also have the potential for initiation this week because the Sun returns to the sign of Aries on Friday at 3:50 a.m. GMT. We have the spring vernal equinox and the start of the new Western astrological year. So really exciting. But also we have Saturn moving on Sunday, which is about community and coming together collectively. That moves into Aquarius on Sunday, but it is going to be forging a very constructive link with the Sun all through this week. Firstly, in its transit through Capricorn with the Sun in Pisces, where we can blend our pragmatism with our instinctiveness, and then later in the week with our desire to start new things, with thinking ahead, planning ahead, Saturn in Aquarius. Aquarius is very future orientated. So if we can blend our ability to connect with others with what we do as individuals, there's so much to go for this week. It really, really is exciting. And the move of Saturn into Aquarius is one which is going to last just briefly through till the 1st of July because Saturn goes into a retrograde on the 11th of May. But Saturn is going to be coming back into Aquarius on the 17th of December and followed by Jupiter on the 20th of December. So the very end of this year is going to have a very much a philosophical and Aquarius vibe, partly because of the solar eclipse that occurs on the 14th of December in Sagittarius. So we're going to come together, I feel, much more as this year draws to a close. But in this particular week, I think it is about transitions from the very Capricornian energy that's so dominated and has been so polarizing over the last few years in lots of different ways across the world. But for now, this is an opportunity for us all to move forwards and really welcome in this new astrological year. Your specific forecast, Capricorn, is quite momentous for this week. Saturn, your ruling planet, combines with the Sun in a hugely constructive way all through the week, but initially through to Friday with the Sun in the sign of Pisces. Your single-mindedness, your ability to apply yourself thoroughly, to focus on the task in hand, to embrace your individual talent, but also express it to other people clearly through the Sun, can see you come across with real conviction, but also with real imagination. But it's imagination that has meaning, it has substance. But also, if you are wanting to get some new project off the ground, the combination of Jupiter, the planet of growth, Mars, the planet of thrust, and Pluto, the planet of change, all in your sign, quite rarely, and coming together in a conjunction this week, can give you enormous desire to see through whatever it is you need to achieve. But it is the case that on Saturday there is a change. As we start the new astrological year, the sun shifts from the sign of Pisces and into the sign of Aries. If there is something at the base of your existence which isn't working in a more emotional way, so I'm not talking about creativity, I'm not talking about flair, I'm not talking about business interests, or even potentially a new romantic interest, which could be coming from Venus and Uranus's journey through the sign of Taurus. I'm talking about some kind of existing situation or the legacy of your emotional life over some years. If something isn't working or needs to be healed, the sun's move into Aries is a call out to you to do something about this, because the sun links with Chiron, the wounded healer. So it's the time to embrace your vulnerability as much as your desire to achieve new beginnings, or to take forwards a plan which is important to you. And with the sun joining with Saturn once it moves into Aquarius on Sunday in a new sextile, which is equally enabling, there could be some kind of shift that's going to happen in a practical way at the basis of your situation. So some Capricorns may be thinking about moving altogether, changing where you live by adding a kitchen, a bathroom, redecorating, making some kind of conversion come to life. And you could start putting the plans for this into motion, but it's likely to be a step-by-step process rather than a big rush. But the desire to achieve something flamboyant this week in another way, I think, is going to be really strong. And it's just going to be important that you don't try to go quicker than is good for you, the individual. You're someone who's very self-contained and takes your responsibilities very seriously. But there is this much more wild and unliberated part of your nature that may need to find an outlet this week. And it's just trying to find the balance between that and these more foundational strands that are emerging in your situation. It's been such a pleasure connecting with you in what's going to be an absolutely awesome week commencing the 16th of March. And remember, please click beneath this video to subscribe to my magazine, my mail outs, your free daily horoscope, or you can snaffle your year ahead personal horoscope and character analysis and get 30% off, or you can choose to have a one-to-one personal astrology reading with me. Thank you.